Shalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rūpa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rūpam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome back to the Śikṣā teachings of Lord Chaitanya to Rūpa Goswami sessions every Friday and Saturday. Yesterday, we discussed one of the themes of two types of attachment. One with awe and reverence, there is Aishwarya Gyan of Krishna, and another without awe and reverence, that is Madhurya Gyan, where there is only knowledge about the sweetness of Krishna, and although Krishna exhibits his opulence, but the devotee doesn't much take it seriously. So yesterday we saw examples of such kind of pure Kevala. This is Kevala or Uttama Bhakti. Some of the verses and some of the scriptural quotations. Mother Yashoda, when she saw the universal form, she did not take it more seriously. And how the friends in Sakyaras, Sridhama and all, although Krishna shows his opulence, they consider sometimes not only equal, but they consider themselves superior. So this is how, the pure Vraj Bhakti Ras is, and how the gopis in conjugal love, when Krishna played the flute and called all the gopis in order to enjoy them, the gopis left everything and came to give enjoyment to Krishna. Then Krishna started giving some moral instructions. And the gopis called him a cheater. You're a Kitava. So like that, we saw this two types of attachment. Today, we will discuss the next theme. The next theme we will be discussing, it's a very important theme now. Having understood this rasa, just entrance into the Vraj Bhakti Ras was given in these two types of attachment. In fact, everything is rasa, the discussion from the beginning. But the Vraj Bhakti Ras, we could see this in these two types of attachment. Now, having understood this, yes, how I should attain rasa? What are the qualities of these five transcendental mellows, Mukhya Ras? What are the qualities? So this will be the topic of discussion from verses 211 to 234, which is a very interesting topic. If you want to enter into rasa, then these are the qualities we'll have to develop. And then ultimately in two verses, there is a conclusion, which will conclude the Rūpa Śikṣā. So probably today one class and next week two classes is also where we will conclude our discussion, hopefully. Yes, today if we finish some 15 slides, then it will be another 30 slides remaining. So 15. So we should finish in the next session of Rūpa Śikṣā. So let us now understand the qualities of these Mukhya Rasas. Very, very important topic. Of course, we'll not go more in depth, but I will touch upon all the points as far as possible. First, the quality of Shantrasa. Shantrase Sarupa Buddhe Krishne ka Nishtata Shamo Man Nishtata Buddhe Iti Shri Mukha Gata. When one is fully attached to Krishna's lotus feet, Krishneka Nishtata, one attains the Samata stage. Samo is Samata. The word Samata is derived from the word Shama, and therefore Shant Ras, the position of neutrality, means being fully attached to the lotus feet of Krishna. Prabhupada is giving quite elaborate explanation along with the translation in his translation. This is the verdict from the mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Iti Shri Mukha, Mukha means mouth, Gata means to sing. This state is called self-realization. Sarupa Buddhe Krishnika Samo Man Nishtata. So this verse requires a little bit explanation. That explanation is given in the next verse. So let us see the next verse. Okay. The corresponding verse from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 3.1.47 follows. Now, if you remember, I was explaining how Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Eastern division is 1, Southern division is 2, and Western division, Paschima Vibhag, is 3. And in the Paschima Vibhag, there are 5 waves, laharis. So the 5 rasas, Shant, Dasya, Vatsalya, Sakya, and Madhurya. Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya have been discussed. So definitely this is in the Western division, Paschima Vibhag. The first chapter is Shantras. So Shantras is being discussed. 47th verse, it is given. So this is the corresponding verse Prabhupada is saying. Shamo man nishtata buddhe iti Shri Bhagavat Vachah tan nishta durgatha buddhi etam shanta ratim vina. These are the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Iti Shri Bhagavat Vacha. When one's intelligence is fully attached to my lotus feet, but does not render practical service. Shamo man nishtata buddhi. One has attained the stage called Shantarati, Shama. Etam Shantam Ratim. Without Shantarati, attachment to Krishna is very difficult to achieve. Please mark this point. Tan nishtata durgata buddhi. If the buddhi is not completely attached to the lotus feet of Krishna, then develop attachment to Krishna is very, very difficult. So let us see the purport to this, and then we will go into the Bhagavad Gita a little bit. Next verse. Shamo man nishtata buddhihi dama indriya sanyamya titiksha duk sammarshah jivvopasta jayodriti. The word Shama or Shantras. Now, Shama and Shantras are synonyms here taken, indicates that one is attached to the lotus feet of Krishna. Shamo man nishtata buddhi. Dhamma means controlling the senses and not being deviated from the Lord's service. Dhamma indriya sayama. Now, Prabhupada is giving again an explanation in purport. He is control of the senses, but Prabhupada is also giving a devotional purport and explaining not being deviated from the Lord's service. Endurance of unhappiness. Titikshva dukh. To tolerate dukkha is not so easy. Sammarsha. And dhriti means controlling the tongue and genitals. Jivva pasta jayo dhriti. Jivva means the tongue. Upasta means the genitals. Jayo means to conquer. This is what is dhriti. So let us now see the purport of Prabhupada. This verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam 11:19-36. The conditioned soul under the clutches of Maya, the material energy, is very much agitated by the urge of the tongue and the genitals. So Prabhupada is directly commenting on the last part of the fourth line of the verse. Jivvopasta jayodriti. He's commenting on that. Control of the urges of the tongue, the belly, and the genitals, which are situated in a straight line, is called dhriti. So this is there in the Upadeshamrita, the first verse. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jivva vegam, udarapasta vegam. Etan vegan yo vishedhira, sarvam apimam prithvim sashishya. So, if you remember that without attaining this Shama stage or Shantarasa stage, one cannot develop attachment to Krishna. So without controlling the tongue, belly and genitals, one cannot become attached to Krishna. Either one is attached to Krishna, Narayan Parayan, or one is Jiva Shishnodara Parayan, it is mentioned. One is attached to the tongue, jali and the genitals. He is attached to that. So the first step in self-realization or spiritual life is to control the tongue, belly and genitals. And among the three, which is most important to control? Who will answer this? Among the tongue, belly and genitals, the three come in straight line, which is, yes, Prabhuji, Manoj Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, tongue.
Tongue. It is the tongue which is difficult to control. So, one's advancement in Krishna consciousness can be understood by how much he is able to control his tongue, not to be dictated by any of the six rasas, the sweet, bitter, chili, sour, or astringent, all these six tastes. So in the Uddhav Gita, further it will come that by controlling all the other senses, the tongue, if the tongue controls the tongue, he can control all the other senses. And this can be done by fasting. So if you fast, don't give, ahar to the tongue. By fasting, you can control the tongue and all the other senses will come under control, but yet the tongue will not come under control, it is said. It's very interesting to know. The tongue will not come under control. In fact, the urge of the tongue becomes more strong by fasting. By fasting, what is going to happen? The urge of the tongue is going to become more strong. Just to give an example, suppose in Kartik month you decide to not eat sweet rice. You love sweet rice. You have attachment to sweet rice. So you decide not to eat sweet rice and you control the tongue. And entire Kartik month you don't eat. One devotee did this, and he mentioned to me that because he did this austerity of 1 month not having sweet rice, which he really likes, which is his dear item, at the end of the Kartik month, the night, the sweet rice was prepared, and again it was a Purnima, so it was kept on the top of the house. And the morning, everyone or he broke the fast by eating only sweet rice. His whole meal was sweet rice. So although he was controlling the tongue not to eat sweet rice, but the tongue's urge to eat was there all the time. And it fully jumped into when he uh, finished his fasting to eat just only sweet rice. So the tongue is so voracious that it is not so easy to control the tongue. So what is the solution then? If one can control all other senses by fasting, but yet the tongue cannot be controlled by fasting, then what is the solution for this? How the tongue can be controlled then? Any thoughts on this? Yes, Vikram Prabhuji.
Dandut from Prabhuji, by engaging the tongue in chanting and glorification of Harinam.
Yes. Only that's not the, it's the right answer, but not precise. Only when the tongue gets taste for namras, then it can give up mundane rasa. Till then, it is a battle. So we are speaking about the stage of ruchi, asakti, and then there is bhavna. So at the stage of ruchi, when you have taste for chanting Krishna's names, we are relishing spiritual rasa, then we can give up this, rasa of the tongue. So till then, it is a battle. So I'm just elaborating this point because we have to understand that if you want to develop attachment for Krishna, then we have to attain the stage of Shama. And Shama means here control of the urges. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Tara Madhye Jivati Lobamaya Sudurmati. So among all the senses, the tongue is, very voracious. It's very greedy. Lobamaya Sudurmati. Among the senses, the tongue is the most formidable enemy of the conditioned soul. Most formidable enemy. So if one can conquer the tongue, then he has conquered this world. Not an easy task. Urged by the tongue, one commits many sinful activities. So all sinful activities begin with the tongue. Although Krishna has given human beings nice food, people still commit sins by killing poor animals for the satisfaction of the tongue. So this is sin in the form of eating meat. Not being able to control the tongue, the conditioned soul eats more than he needs. This is atyahar, overeating. Jiva Vegam is not there. First is eating nonsense food. Second is overeating nonsense food. Of course, everyone must eat to keep the body fit for the Lord's service. But when one cannot control the senses, he falls victim to the dictations of the tongue and the belly. So we eat, just we can, keep ourselves healthy for service so that we have enough energy in the body. But the problem is that we overeat. And this is one of the biggest problems. We overeat. When we like some item, we tend to eat it more. And we fall under the dictation of the tongue. Naturally, genital agitation follows, and one seeks illicit sex. So through the tongue, the root of all sin we commit. However, if one is fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna, he can control the tongue. Now Prabhupada is giving the solution to fix ourselves at the lotus feet of Krishna. Bhaktivinoda Thakur further states, Krishna bado dayamay karibare jiva joy, swa prasadanna dilo bhai. In order to conquer the tongue, Krishna has been very merciful and has given us nice food that has been offered to him. So, the only way to control the tongue is to eat Krishna prasad only. And not to come under the dictations of the tongue while even taking prasad is to glorify, oh, how wonderful this Krishna prasad is. Krishna has tasted it, and now out of his mercy, Dayamoy, out of his mercy, we are getting his remnants. And not to take the prasad in the spirit of enjoyment, but in the spirit that it has been enjoyed by Krishna and I am taking the remnants. Just like a chaste wife serves the husband and she eats in the husband's plates and relishes the remnants of the husband. That was the Vedic culture. So that is how we should also take prasad. When a person is attached to Krishna's lotus feet, he does not eat anything not offered to Krishna. So if we want to develop attachment to Krishna, then the first thing, not to eat anything which is not offered to Krishna. This is one of the regulative principles we need to follow to come to the stage of attachment, Shantarati. So if you make this a point and the principle in your life that I will not have anything which is not offered to Krishna. It's not that I'll buy something outside and offer it to Krishna and have it. No, that will also not do. So we have to have this strict standard and rules and regulations in our sadhana bhakti so that over a period of time, we can actually develop attachment to Krishna. See annamrit khao, Radha Krishna gun gao, prema dake Chaitanya-Caritāmṛta. So while this annamrit, we are eating the remnants of prasad, Radha Krishna gun gao. We should sing the glories of Radha and Krishna. And prema dake, out of love, dake means to call out Chaitanya-Caritāmṛta, call out Chaitanya-Caritāmṛta. Now, what we usually do when we are taking Krishna Prasad, all of you take Krishna Prasad in our temples during festivals, at homes. What do we actually do while taking prasadam? Anyone would like to tell? Please be sincere and honest. What do we do? Who would like to answer? Yes, Parth Sarthi Prabhu. Yes.
Dandatanna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, I would be talking with devotees and enjoying the taste of the prasada.
Yes, okay. Birendra Yadav Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. Generally, we relish this prasada in mode of enjoying.
Okay, and suppose the prasadam, one of the items is very nice, prepared. What do we do then?
We try to eat more.
Try to eat more. Okay. Just look at this statement. Siyannamrit Prabhu, Radha Krishna Gungao, Prema Dake Chaitanya-Caritāmṛta. So focus on Radha Krishna Gungao. Instead of this, what do we do?
We generally fall in gossip sometimes.
Okay. I was looking for something specific. Amal Bhakti Rani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandat. We honor the prasad, Prabhuji.
We honor the prasad. And then what do we do? While honoring the prasad, what do we do?
We just have it, Prabhuji.
Oh no, I have not come across in my 20 years anyone who's just honoring the prasad in a very neutral state. I've never come across, frankly speaking. I will give you 2-3 examples just to emphasize this point. We just don't honor the prasad. There are many other things which go on. as long as we are in material consciousness, in the enjoying spirit. Okay, Narmada Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Your sound is not so clear. Sound is not clear. You'll have to be a little.
Now it is coming. Now can
Yes, better.
Okay. When we honor prasadam, we can't say that honor prasadam, because when we get that plate, then we see what things are there, how is prepared, what is the less, what is more, how the taste is. These
Now
things first
Mataji is telling the truth. Mataji is speaking the truth.
Thank you.
Okay. When we see all these items, oh, which is the item I like, and suppose, I like fried pakodas and hot pakodas I'm eating. So the verse is saying, Radha Krishna Gun Gao. Radha Krishna Gun Gao. Oh, these pakodas have been relished by Radha and Krishna. How much they must have enjoyed. But what we do? We are now enjoying the pakodas. And we, instead of glorifying Radha and Krishna, we glorify that Mataji or Prabhuji who has prepared. Wow, what pakodas they have made. They are so nice. Prabhuji, you are a wonderful cook. Because you have made pakodas, which I really like, and I'm enjoying that. So you are satisfying my senses. So that's why I like you. So instead of Radha Krishna Gungao, we glorify the prasad because it satisfies our senses. That is why in another song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur speaks how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu is to take prasadam. Ek din shanti pure, Prabhu Advaita ghare, shak kari aswadana. They were relishing shak. Now Mahaprabhu is the Lord. He can be in the mood of enjoyer actually. But when Mahaprabhu was having shak, say shak Krishna aswadilo. This shak has been relished by Krishna. Now I'm honoring it. So they were glorifying how this prasad has been relished by Radha and Krishna. So this is a very important line. Looks very simple, that whether we are glorifying the prasad because I like it and you are prepared according to my taste and you glorify whoever has prepared, or whether you are glorifying how this prasad has been relished by Krishna and remembering Radha Krishna Gunao. And from the heart, you're calling out Premadake Chaitanya. So please remember this, what I like, I eat. And suppose it so happens that you are honoring prasad and there's a very nice sabzi preparation and absolutely there is no salt in it. What would you do then? Please raise your hands. What would you do? Others also I would like to see. I would like to see those who are still not answered. Dr. Archana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat. I would complain rather, though I will finish it off, but still I would say there is no salt. But there will be a conscious feeling that it is a prasad, so I shouldn't be complaining that.
Okay, that's good. Anyone else? Tirthpad Prabhuji, what would you do?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, that consciousness of honoring that prasadam, that will not be there because salt is not there. We are not that much limited. So that thing will come. It is salt is not there. The prasadam is not tasty like that.
Okay. So what will you do but in that situation when the salt is not there?
I will ask to put some salt so that it becomes tastier.
Yes, yes. So what would be the right consciousness? What kind of right thought should come when the salt is not there in the prasadam? Based on this line, should be the right consciousness? What should come if the salt was not there? Yes, Radha Jivan Krishna Prabhuji. 1 second. Yeah.
Vaishnava. So
Yeah.
whatever prasadam offered, whatever it is, we do not, saltless, whatever, we have to honor the prasad as it is.
Okay. But would you do that?
Yeah, it is possible.
Have you done it any time?
Yeah, not yet, because I am not yet come across like that.
Okay. So that's one level of understanding. I will hear others. Amal Bhaktirani Mataji, yes.
Yeah, Prabhuji, since I'll feel that since Lord has accepted it, so even I will accept it and have it anyways.
Ah, yes. This should
And
be
I
the
do that many
consciousness.
times. Yeah.
Excellent. This should. Now, how you feel when you take the prasad without salt, how you feel it, how must the Lord felt? And when the Lord is a person, you have to be conscious, and He has honored it without salt. He did not ask for the salt. So when the Lord can tolerate it, it's just for one meal. I should also tolerate it, and just without saying anything, without they getting to know also consciously, oh, something salt is not there or what, something like that, without they coming to know also about it. If you can just honor it and relish it, then this is the right mood and right consciousness. But for that also you should be really quite elevated in Krishna consciousness, where you don't get disturbed by any of these 6 rasas. Then only this is possible. So if you come to this level, then you're really making some advancement in Krishna consciousness. Some advancement in Krishna consciousness. Dr. Archana Mataji has still raised her hand. Anything you would like to say, Mataji?
I would like to add one more thing. I will finish it off first and then I'll cherish other items. If it is without salt, it's a general tendency. The thing which you don't like, you will try to finish it off first and
Last.
then.
That is also not good, in fact, in one sense.
Yeah, but it will happen that way also.
Yes. Good. Narmada Mataji, you want to say something? Okay. Again, your audio is not clear.
Now it is, can you hear?
Yes.
Prabhuji, before when I joined the ISKCON, I was a little bit Miss Bhautik and Adhyatmik both. So I was thinking, what kya khana banaya? It is like no namak, no salt, nothing. But slowly, when I'm coming to know all these things, so I just realized, without salt, how can God must have eaten?
Yes.
So that thing is coming in my mind every time.
Yes.
So I just quiet and I just eat it because that is a prasad. So my experience is that. Thank you.
So that's very, very nice. So this is the consciousness we should come to, and then we can make some advancement. So I know sometimes we glorify the prasad. Oh, dosa is very nicely prepared. Now, this glorification which we do, the intention can be quite different. The intention is maybe just to inspire the devotees who have, invited us for the prasad, just to inspire them. Or we might glorify because I really like dosa and they were really very good. That's why I'm glorifying it. But usually we should not do that. In fact, one sannyasi told me many years back, to glorify prasad, oh, what a wonderful prasad you have made, is also not good. anyone can think what is the reason. To glorify prasad is also not so good. What is the reason? Yes, Manoj Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, because I liked it. I liked it. It was very tasteful to my time.
Yes. So you glorified it, correct?
Yes, correct.
What can happen as a further consequence?
Because I'm not bothered about how Krishna tasted it or how pleased Krishna. It is pleased my
Yes.
indriyas. That's why my taste buds is pleased.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Dr. Archana Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhuji, it is directly indicating that you are still attached to your senses, gratification of senses.
Yeah. So you're glorifying. So what can happen also as a other extreme? Also, I wanted to know.
No idea.
We'll give a chance to Reena Mataji. Reena Mataji.
हाँ, हरे कृष्णा, धन्यवाद प्रभु जी। एक्चुअली जिसने ये प्रसाद बनाया है उसको ईगो आ जाएगा कि मैं इतना अच्छा बनाता हूँ। That's also a point.
That is there, but okay, let us not think about from the other end. Only from our personal perspective, we are analyzing this. If we glorify the prasad because it is made according to my taste and it has given enjoyment to my ego, what can be the extreme, other extreme also, what can happen? Vikram Prabhuji.
We'll try to overeat, Prabhuji, and our consciousness will be still in that Annamaya Chetna, Prabhuji. And
anyone else? I'm looking for one more specific point. Yes, I liked it. That's why I'm glorifying. But there is one more thing which I'm looking. Yes, Narmada Mataji. Your audio. Haribol. There is some problem with your audio. Anyone else? What is the other extreme it can happen? Anyone else? You will criticize when the prasad is not properly done also. So if you glorify prasad, because now it has, it has given gratification to your sense and your ego, it is dosa. You like dosa, and this devotee has made dosa and you relish the dosa. Oh, what a wonderful dosa. So the next day he makes khichdi. You don't like khichdi and there is no salt on top of it. You will criticize. You'll criticize the devotee. You'll criticize the prasad. So two aparadhs you'll make. This is the point. I hope you got it. Okay. So I'm just going into the more details because prasad, there are so many things. Control the tongue. Since a devotee eats only prasadam, he conquers the dictation of the tongue, belly, and genitals. So this is only possible if you only eat prasadam. One can control the dictate of the senses when one is situated in the position of Shantras. Mark this point, devotees. One can control the dictates of the senses when one is situated in the position of Shantras. Then one's advancement in Krishna consciousness is assured. One can control the dictates of the senses when one is situated in the position of Shantras. What does this statement mean? Anyone, please think about it and tell me. What does this statement mean? one can control the dictates of the senses when situated in the position of Shantras. Shantras means also Shama. Shama means we saw the qualities. He has controlled his tongue, belly and genitals. He is fully attached to the lotus feet of Krishna and his buddhi is pure. So what does this mean? Anyone? Which is the state among the 9 stages of bhakti? Which is the state? Yes, Partha.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My answer is that when one is attached to the lotus feet of Krishna, one is he is.
But what is that? What is that level of Krishna consciousness, or what is that level in terms of his advancement called when one is actually at this state? Amal Bhakti Rani Mataji, you wanted to say something?
Nishtha.
Yes. It is the stage of Nishtha. At the stage of Nishtha, you're Krishna conscious as well as self-realized. From the Karma Yoga perspective, when you do Nishkam Karma Yoga and become Sthita Pragya, you're a self-realized soul. You're a self-realized soul, you're in Shantras. So self-realization is Shantras. This is the point I want to make. This is from Karma Yoga perspective. Nishkama Karma Yoga you do and then attain self-realization, you're in Shantras. And from Bhakti ladder perspective, Shraddha, Sadhu, Sangha, Bhajan, Kriya, Anarth, Nivritti, Nishtha. So when you reach the stage of Nishtha, you're in Shantras. Further development of your rasa will happen with Raganuga Bhakti. Prabhupada is saying then. Then means after you attain the stage of Nishtha. Once advancement in Krishna consciousness is assured. Prabhupada is saying assured. Till then it is not assured. So to make advancement in Krishna consciousness, you have to come to the stage of Nishtha first. Until then it is a battle. We are battling with the senses and minds. Anarth Nivritti has not happened. So this is the point I want to make. Now let me, because I brought out this point, Nishkama Karma Yoga. From the Karma Yoga perspective, this is Nishkam Karma Yoga. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan ma karma phala heturbhur ma te sangostvi karmani. How to begin Karma Yoga? You do actions without the desire for the fruits. This is what is called as Nishkama Karma Yoga. When you do like this Nishkama Karma Yoga, then you come to a state where, because you're detached from the fruits, you're actually situated in yoga. Yogastu kuru karmani sangam tektva dhananjaya siddha asiddho samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. You come to a stage of samatvam. This samatvam is called as yoga. Prabhupada is saying, Krishna is saying, you are situated in yoga, you are not attached, sangam tektva, whether there is success or failure. So you begin Nishkam Karma Yoga, and if you are not attached to the fruits, when the fruits come, what is your consciousness? That will get revealed. If you do your work without any attachment, if the result is there is failure, whether you are depressed or whether there is success, whether you are elated. So if both these states of mind you are going through, that means you have not attained samatvam. So this is one level in Nishkam Karma Yoga where you have attained equanimity. So because in these verses, for Shantrasa, main was some where it's from Shantarasa Sarup De Krishneka Nishtataha. And Samata was here. Samataya. Samatvam Yogam Uchate. Here is there. Samatvam. Again, it is a same derivative of the word shama only. Samatvam is there. And further situated like this in mental equilibrium or equanimity, continuing to do Nishkam Karma Yoga, when your heart gets fully purified, you come to this stage, which is 2.53. Shruti viprapratipannate yadasasasi nischala samadho achalas buddhi tada yogam avapsasi. You have attained yoga now, he's saying, Krishna. When samadho, now samadhi is, samatvam is not in respect to the fruits of the results, but in terms of the intelligence not getting agitated. Achala buddhi. That means the mind and intelligence are purified. The intelligence, when it, just to give an example, when you taste something nice, the intelligence, we enjoy through the intelligence. Oh, I like it. When you taste something bitter, oh, I don't like it. I don't want it. This is the intelligence speaking. But in both situations, you are neutral. And there is no gratification of the intelligence. So the purification of not only the senses and the mind, but the purification of the intelligence has happened. That time you are attained yoga. This is the Sthita Pragya. And that's why Arjuna is asking what are the symptoms of Sthita Pragya. In the 9 stages of bhakti, it is the stage of Nishtha. This is the point I wanted to make. So only when from this state you can make your advancement in Krishna consciousness is assured. Prabhupada is saying, please mark these points. Your advancement in Krishna consciousness is assured is what Prabhupada is. So that's why we should read very scrutinizingly Prabhupada purports to try to understand what Prabhupada is trying to say. Krishna vina Krishna tyag tara karyamani ataeva shanta Krishna bhakta ekajani. Giving up all desires. Trishna tyag. Trishna means the desire. Tyag means to give up. Not connected with Krishna is the business of one who is in Shantras. Ataiva Shanta Krishna Bhakta Ejani. Only a devotee of Krishna can be situated on that platform. He is thus called a Shanta Rasa Bhakta. Prabhupada. In this position, one is freed from all material enjoyment. So there is no subtle enjoyment even at the level of the intelligence here. When one is not agitated or disturbed, he can immediately realize his relationship with Krishna. Samadho achala buddhi. Achala buddhi means, here it is, achala buddhi. Achala means, agitated. Achala means not agitated, unflinching, it is saying. Agitated, unagitated. This is unagitated. So Prabhupada is saying the same thing here. One is not agitated. Sorry. Here. A Shanta Rasa devotee is therefore always fixed in realization or self-realization, you can say, or fixed in Krishna realization. This instruction was given by the Lord himself to Uddhava. The beginning of pure devotional service is called Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. We have been studying this verse. So only at the stage of Nishtha, one begins pure devotional service. Only at the level of Madhyamadhikari is when he has attained the stage of Nishtha, he begins pure devotional service. Till then, the devotional service is not pure, it is mixed. Please understand and mark this point. When one is situated on the platform of neutrality, he is free from the material platform and fully situated in spiritual life. The word Dhamma used in verse 213 means Indriya Sanyamya, curbing one's senses. Dhamma is called as sense control. The word Dhamma can also mean curbing one's enemies. So Kshatriya curbs his enemies. So Dhamma can be also used in that sense. A king has to take steps to curb the criminal activities of his citizens. Great Raj Rishi, devotee kings used to control undesirable elements in their states, and this also may be called Dhamma. However, Prabhupada is saying, however, Dhamma here refers to the conditioned soul who must control his senses. So Dhamma specifically refers to controlling the undesirable desires of the senses. So that's a deeper meaning here given. Real Dhamma means controlling the undesirable activities of the senses. So what a beautiful understanding of Dhamma. If you have any questions, you can raise your hands here. Swarga Moksha Krishna Bhakta Naraka Karimane Krishna Nishta Trishna Tyaga Shantera Dui Gune. So these are the qualities of Shantras. Two qualities. When a devotee is situated on the platform of Shantras, he desires neither elevation to heavenly planets nor liberation. Swarga Moksha. These are the results of karma and gyan. By karma, one wants to go to heaven. By gyan, one wants liberation. The devotee considers them no better than hell. Narka Karimani. A person situated on Shantras platform manifests the two transcendental qualities of detachment from all material desires and full attachment to Krishna. Krishna Nishta means attachment to Krishna. Trishna Tyag means free from all Trishna. Trishna means desires. So these are the two qualities manifested in Shantras. So when one attains the stage of Nishta, Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki. Nishta Bhakti means all the Abhadras, Raja and Tama, that is lust and greed in the heart is not there. And one now develops attachment to Krishna, positive attachment. Till then there is attachment towards Maya. Now the attachment has been transposed to Krishna. So here is a reference given for this. Narayana para sarve na kutascha bhibyate swarga pavarga narakeshu api tulyartha darshina. A person who is devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana para sarve, is not afraid of anything. Na kutascha bhibyate. Elevation to heavenly kingdom, condemnation to hell, and liberation from material bondage all appear the same to a devotee. Swarga means heaven, Apavarga, liberation, Narka, hell, Apitulya Darshina. Apitulya means he sees with equanimity. All three with mental equanimity. Same. He sees them as same. So this is another higher level of equanimity. So we spoke about being samatvam in the sense of results, whether it's success or failure, equiposed. We don't become disturbed. And here, in terms at the level of intelligence, where one is Sthita Pragya, the intelligence also not agitated with good or bad, with happiness or distress. So there is the intelligence, buddhi, samadho achala buddhi. So here now in this verse, it is spoken about equanimity in terms of heaven, hell, or liberation. This verse is quoted from the Srimad Bhagavatam 6:17-28. Lord Shiva is speaking to Parvati's wife about when Parvati curses Chitraketu, and he takes it. Elevation to heavenly planets, liberation from material bondage, and condemnation to hell are all equal to a devotee. The devotee's only desire is to be attached to the lotus feet of Krishna and to engage in his transcendental loving service. Eidui gune vyape sab bhakta jane akar sera shabda guna ena bhutagane. These two qualities of the Shanta stage, Eidui gune vyapa sab bhakta jane, spread through the lives of all devotees. They are like the quality of sound in the sky. Akashera shabda gune. Sound vibration is found in all material elements. So sound you can vibrate in earth, in water, in air. So similarly, these two qualities are spread in all Shanta Rasa devotees. The two qualities of Shantras mentioned in verse 215 are present in all kinds of devotees, whether they are in Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya or Madhurya. So within Dasya there is Shanta. Within Sakya there is Dasya as well as Shanta. And within Vatsalya there is Sakya, Dasya and Shanta. And within Madhurya there is Vatsalya, Dasya, Sakya, and even Shant. So, so like that, all the devotees possess these qualities, two qualities of Shantarasa. Whereas those who are in Shantaras and not in Sakyaras or Vatsalyaras or Madhurya, they don't possess those other qualities which will be discussed in the further verses. They only possess these two qualities. The example of sound is given here. Sound not only exists in sky or ether, but also present in air, fire, water, and earth. I mentioned this. This is a scientific explanation of devotional service. Just as sound is present in all material elements, the qualities found in Shantaras are present in all devotees, whether they are on the platform of Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, or Madhurya. I explained this. Shantera Swabhava Krishna Mamata Gandhahina Param Brahma Paramatma Jnana Pravina. It is the nature of Shantaras that not even the smallest intimacy exists. Krishna Mamata Gandhahina. Gandha means there is not a scent of affection for Krishna. Rather, knowledge of impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma is prominent. Param Brahma, Paramatma, Jnana Pravina. Because of the impersonal impressions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, a devotee in the Shantaras relation worships the impersonal Brahman or the localized aspect of the Absolute Truth Paramatma. He does not develop a personal relationship with the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So his development of love of Godhead is not that, at a personal level. The love has not grown where there is service to the Lord. Service is also a sign of love, dasiras. So he is only having adoration. Oh, the Lord in his Virata Purusha is so, he's the controller of this universe, like that. So there is only adoration. So there is no higher development where there is service in dasiras. So that's why it is mostly for the impersonal aspect of the Absolute Truth. The meditation of the yogis on the Virata Purusha, whether it is the gross or the Paramatma, which is subtle, is both the impersonal realization of the Absolute Truth. So I will stop here. Any questions or clarifications? Let me see. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, one more verse is there I'll take. That will finish Shantara's discussion. Then I will take up questions. Kevala Swarupa Jnana Hoya Shantarase Purnashwarya Prabhu Jnana Adhika Hoya Dase. On the platform of Shantaras, one realizes only his constitutional position. Kevala Swarupa Jnana. I mentioned Sita Pragya is a self-realized soul. He has realized I am the soul. That's it. I am spirit soul. I am soul. I am not this body. This is state of self-realization. In the process of bhakti, at the stage of Nishtha, not only one realizes I am soul, I am the servant of Krishna. I am part and parcel of Krishna. And the soul duty is to serve the Supreme Soul. So there is further development in Raganuga Bhakti which will happen based on his inclination. He might be inclined to Dasiras, Sakyaras, Vatsalya or Madhurya, and he develops that and it fully matures at the stage of Bhava. So, but here Sarup Gyan is there only. But when one is raised to the platform of Dasiras, he better understands the full opulence of the Supreme Personality of God. Purna Aishwarya Prabhu Gyan. His Aishwarya Gyan over Prabhu, he has got more. Adhika Hoy Das. He has more understanding. This is in Dasiras. So next will be Dasiras discussed, which we will discuss in the next class. So there is one question, one hand was raised. I think Birendra Yadav Prabhuji first raised his hand. We'll take up him. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandatmana. So just clarification. This in Shantras, can we say, since it is impersonal realization of Supreme Personality of Godhead, So is it referring to Mayavad understanding, or is it?
No, firstly, you have to understand that what is the path you have taken up. If you are in the Varnashram and you are doing Nishkam Karma Yoga and you have come to the Sthita Pragya stage, now based on your association, whether you associate with Jnanis, you will be inclined to Brahman realization. You are still in Shantras. If you are associated with yogis, then we'll be taking up the path of Ashtanga Yoga, then there is Paramatma realization. But if you're doing Nishkam Karma Yoga and you're associating with devotees, you will become Sthita Pragya there also. And because of your association of devotees, you will take up to the path of bhakti completely, giving up Varnashram and develop the service attitude and further develop the stages of bhakti to higher levels. So this is how it happens. It all depends on the association of the kinds of sadhus we associate in that path. Based on that kind of association, our understanding of the absolute truth will be either Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagwan. Is it clear, Prabhuji?
Yes, bro. Got the point. Yes, bro. Thank you very much.
Yes. Manoj Prabhuji had raised his hand.
Prabhu, Hari Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhuji, this is a general question. Because whenever we get the chances to serve Mahajans or Brahmacharis, those who are coming into our yatra, we prepare the list of the prasadas. What are the things we need to serve the Mahajan? And basically, it's depend upon the menu which we are getting from their offices. Plus, the devotees get inquire with other devotees what this Maharaj or what this Prabhuji likes more, and we prepare itself in that way. And if any of the Madhajis if prepare out of this menu, we get screwed up left and right by our seniors. So, is it okay, Prabhu, by following this type of procedure?
See, we have to understand that for very senior elevated devotees or sannyasis, if we are doing prasadam according to their diet, there are many considerations because of health reason, and it's always better to follow the diet schedule what has been given by them. And there are various other reasons also which we don't know. They are following that diet so that they can keep their health good, so that they can serve better. And this might be one. Another might be we might think oh, this particular at a in the beginning stages, our conditioned nature is to eat items what we like. But as we advance, slowly our spiritual nature also manifest, and there also we might be having what we like, but that might be because of our spiritual nature. So Prabhupada liked samosas. Do you all know that? Yes or no?
Yes, kachori.
Kachori and samosas. Now you might think, what is this? There is one pastime. Prabhupada got down from the railway station and he saw that there were hot kachoris being, cooked in the stall. Prabhupada told, get me the kachori from the stall and have it. So this stimulus is not impelled by anything material. We might completely take it from a material sense because we are in material consciousness. So they are inspired by spiritual stimuluses. So in the spiritual realm also, Krishna, with his friends, carry samosas and kachoris. So what stimulates for an advanced devotee we might not be able to fathom it. And sometimes we misjudge based on our own level of Krishna consciousness in understanding these things. So better not to go into that zone. Best is to follow the diet schedule. But I gave a little higher understanding that because of spiritual nature also sometimes, devotees are attached to having a particular kind of prasad. That is because of their spiritual nature. Their spiritual nature is inclined towards that. And there might be reasons, also some other reasons, until we are very personal and they themselves open and discuss this. Till then, we should not really try to judge. Some devotees follow a very simple diet schedule by which they can control the urges of the tongue. Some might follow a rich diet schedule because they are, it doesn't affect them at their consciousness, and that helps them to serve them better. So we don't know each and every specific case. So we have to be a little careful and cautious about these things. Is it satisfactory to you, Prabhuji?
Yes, bro. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, precisely. It's a good opening up of our doubts and closing.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
bro. Thank you very much.
Partha, last question. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Sanat Kumaras are example of Shantras devotees, no?
Yes.
Okay. Just confirming. Thank you.
Yeah, Sanat Kumar, Nav Yogendras, they are all examples which was given in one of the verses. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Shri Chaitanya-Caritāmṛta ki